Netflix, you don't need cable. Hop on YouTube, welcome to the hood table, where we chop up local and global events vocally. You don't really wanna miss out on these conversations. Just joke a little, laugh a little, get that wine in your system, fill your glass a little. Expose current events, talk trash a little. You never know, these opinions might clash a little. They addicted to the content, got them binge watching. You don't like it, then you want invited. Bet your friends watching in the house and your job parking lot before you clocking. They don't wanna miss a second of this HT content. Everybody think they got something to say, so it's an open invitation, bring it to the table. But if you come whack, just know we ain't buying in. We gon' probably turn your back and tell you sorry, try again, Yeah, welcome to the hood table. You don't need Netflix, you don't need cable. Yeah, welcome to the hood table. You don't need Netflix, you don't need cable.
Hey everyone, what's up? Welcome back to the Hood Table one more again. Please make sure you come on in, like and share the video if you will. Please and thank you very much. And also, if you happen to be new here, please feel free to subscribe to the Hood Table. Thank you so very much, you guys. And also, if you want to donate to the platform or to the commentary, the $, the Cash App will be floating across the bottom of the screen, $, the Hood Table 402. Now, on that note, let's see. What's up, Sincere? Hey, boo, what's up? What's going on? You be doing your thing over there on your panel. Good Lord. So, Sarah, make sure you don't miss nothing, not a beat. But yes, thank you for joining us this evening. Again, make sure you guys like and share the video. We about to get into some things. We are about to get into some things. Have you been caught up? Sincere, do you watch Power? I can't remember if you keep up with the show or not, but we are on season 4. Now, I heard this is supposed to be the last season. That's what they say. Fitty and them are going to have another spinoff. The, what is it called again? Dang, I can't remember the new, no, since the original. Okay, I couldn't remember if you was keeping caught up with it or not, but thanks for you supporting the show anyway. I do appreciate you dropping down and showing some love up in here. But I can't remember the name of the spinoff, but I'm really looking forward to that because evidently after this season is over, or this whatever they want to call it, the season, I think they're going to start maybe next year with the spinoff. And that's supposed to be basically, they're supposed to do Sincere, they're supposed to do a spinoff with Tommy and Ghost. And it's supposed to be like pre the original first series, right? The first episode of Ghost. Now it's supposed to show them being young, growing up in the hood, how they met each other, the work they put in to get to building the enterprise that Ghost once had before, he passed away. But I am really looking forward to that. I really am, because I want to see what Fitty gonna do with the prequel. I guess that's what you can kind of call it, a prequel. But I think they'll probably be going back and forth. You know how those shows go, where they show a little bit of what happened back in the gap, then they might show a little bit of what happened in the future. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. But as far as this episode, again, we are on season 4, episode 8. And the title of the show was Street Struck. I don't know what y'all got out of that title of the show, but to me, it seemed like there was a lot of people being put down this episode. So maybe that's what it means. Like you got struck, you got hit, I don't know. but basically we're going to go over different areas of the show, the most meaningful, the most powerful parts of the shows. Now, first off, at the beginning of the episode, they started off with Uncle Marvin. He was wearing a ski mask, him and his partners, his goons, his whatever, and they was putting in some work. They needed to put a pause on, they've been needing to put a pause on Neek and all his plans of taking back the streets, which he think Rocks and the brothers, the Thomases, Kanan, he think they all stabbed him in the back. They think they purposely put his brother down, put Detective Malcolm down to take what was once Neek's. Because again, you know, Rock, she had kind of moved away from what was going on out there in the street. They was trying to sit tight. They were trying to sit cool because the streets was too hot. So Neek, he got basically, you know, he got beat up, left for dead on the side of the road in the ditch by his brother. He came back from the dead, rose again like Lazarus, and he was putting in a lot of work in the dark, you know, being the new, I don't want to say ghost, but y'all know what I'm saying. He was moving around in the middle of the night and putting in a lot of work. So they been needing to put a pause on him, but they didn't know who the fuck was doing what to them, who was trying to sabotage their empire. But now they trying to put a pause in what he's trying to do. So they done hooked up with Hafiz. Yes, struck by the street. Thank you, girl. I'm gonna have to edit my title. Hold on, let me see. Can I do that now? I can do it later. I can do it later. But go over here to the channel. Yeah, I can do it later. But yeah, just remind me to change the title later. But yeah, so basically, they was trying to put a pause in what he got going on. They needed to get some money. Kanan, he needs to get some money too. But I guess maybe next episode we'll figure out how he's going to come across that. But they need to get some money. They need to get some product. So Marvin, he done hit a lick. And after he, basically got the code to the safe from Quan, he got all the money out of there. He also came across, what he say, diamonds and pearls. Okay. In my Prince voice. Okay. He got diamonds and pearls out of there. He got some money out of there. They got enough money to get a rush shipment from Hafiz to be delivered to them within a week. So for now, hopefully they are truly back in business again. Hopefully, because it seemed like everywhere they was turning, there was Neek just sabotaging their business. So right now they waiting on their shipment. Neek, who was working with Quan, and also had OC working for him. Okay, let's discuss that. Oh boy, OC. Where was OC all this time? Where was he hiding? Now, he wasn't at his mom and them house. His brother claimed he hasn't seen him. I don't know where the hell OC was hiding at, underground, out of town. But basically, yeah, OC, he was hiding out, and he done showed his ass back up. I don't even know why the fuck he showed up. He should have stayed his ass wherever the fuck he was hiding, okay? Whatever hole he crawled out of after he stabbed Kanan in his back, he should have kept his, because you know what? You know, you would think he's smart enough. Now, I ain't even going to talk about the man's appearance. You know, little man. Little. I'm going to just call him little. Okay, first of all, his little ass, it ain't nothing besides maybe, I don't know, sneaking on Neek out the blue, getting at him. Basically, his little ass, he ain't got no peoples, he ain't got no power, he ain't got nothing, he ain't got no backing, he ain't got nothing. So why did he do what he did? He was scared of Neek, obviously. But what I'm getting at is the crazy thing about these situations, he up there waiting all day on pins and needles for Quan, for Neek to show up so he could tell him, I think Kanan knows. I'm pretty sure Kanan knows. Kanan knows I was the one who took his money. Kanan knows that see, the thing is, he don't know if Kanan knows who he took the money for. But I'm pretty sure Kanan eventually going to put two and two together. But right now, he's fearful that Kanan is going to get back at him. But when you put yourself in them situations, when you let somebody put enough fear in you to stab somebody else in the back, you have got to know that they will also stab you in the back. Or in this case, shoot you dead in your forehead, okay? Just like Neek did to OC. And well, I guess now everybody and their mama know where OC is, dead and stinking in that nasty ass dumpster. Now, Kanan, once he found out, he was livid, he was upset, he was pissed. Not only because he knows or he knew that OC was the only one who could have robbed him, because he was the only one who knew that he was taking money off top from his mama. He was the only one who knew that he was skimming from his mother, but he never recovered his money back from OC before he was murdered. So he is pissed. He is enraged. Like, what is he gonna do? What is him gonna do? But you know what, child? What was really giving me life this episode? Ooh, you said when you do a thing, you should have an exit plan. Okay, and part of that exit plan. Now, this what he could have done, maybe. He could have been like, okay, Neek, I'm going to get this money and I'm going to drop this money off to you. What he could have done was I would have kept like half of that shit, because Neek ain't got no idea how much money he had in that duffel bag, how much money he had locked away in that chase. In that storage container, he had no idea. So, shit. I'm like, here you go, nigga. Here the money, dude. I would have took the rest of that money and got the fuck out of town. I mean, the fuck, as far away as possible. Fuck my family. Fuck my friends, my homies, and other motherfuckers on the street. I'll be a little motherfucker up in a whole nother part of the earth, putting in work, start my business from the ground. Because I'm sure he could have had enough money to do that. But anywho, too late. Should have thought about that earlier. But yeah, what was giving me life this episode was when Juke went looking for info on OC. Kanan was going to do it. He was like, I'm going to go holler at his mama and them, find out if they know where the fuck this motherfucker at. Juke was like, nah, I got this, cousin. I got this. I'll go holler at the mama. Okay. I'm thinking she about to go in on the mama, right? I'm thinking she gonna really be talking, and I put that in quotes, to the mama. In other words, go up there and kick her ass, okay, for some information. Anyway, I guess OC's brother thought he had found an easy target in Juke. I guess he did. Did y'all see how that nigga was all up on her ass? You know when niggas be walking all up on you, you know, like sometimes you might meet a nigga at the club, and he just walking up behind you, and somehow he just grazed. He just grazed your ass, okay, with his body. Okay, that's what he was doing to Juke. He was like, girl, you got nigga, is you fucking my brother? Is y'all an item? Because that nigga ain't got shit on me. That's basically what he was saying. First of all, Juke don't get down with niggas. He probably, if he would have paid enough attention to her, he probably would have noticed that, because she sure give off lesbian vibes, okay? The lesbianisms, okay? She sure give off the lesbianism vibes. So I don't know what the fuck this nigga was thinking, but maybe he thought he could turn her out. Maybe he thought he could turn her out and then she fuck around and be his girl. I don't know, or maybe he just was going to just take it. Because that's the vibes I was getting, that he was just trying to take it. But anyway, again, she don't get down with niggas. And secondly, this motherfucker didn't know that he was fucking with G.I. Jane's little sister in training. But he done learned today. Broken fingers and all. Juke made me so proud. Before that nigga knew what the fuck was going on, she done broke down there all the fingers on his hands. Bust his ass upside the motherfucking head, about to pistol whip that nigga, and had a gun pointed in his motherfucking face. I know that nigga was pissing. Instead of doing what he wanted to do with that thing down there, he was probably using it to piss on his motherfucking self or shit. She tried to told him, y'all. She tried to told him. She said, nigga, didn't I tell you I ain't friendly? But you don't want to hear me, though. I swear to God, it sounds like a rap song, like some rap niggas. She was like, didn't I tell you I wasn't friendly? But you don't want to hear me, though. I was like, child. He hear you loud and clear now. He hear you loud and motherfucking clear now. But child, okay, so After she put a whooping on his ass, she didn't get no information. But I'm sure from now on, he'll probably think twice before putting his hands on another female without their permission. But anywho, back to Neat. Thankfully, they were able to thoroughly clean up behind OC. I don't know what them niggas do when they be trying to clean up behind a dead body because the shit just happened. Like who they calling some married maids that they got in their back pockets or something. I don't know. But anyway, they cleaned that place up good enough for that cop to come through there. And as with everyone else, the cop was like, oh, so the rumors are true. You ain't dead after all? Mm-mm. He is live and well and among the living like the rest of us, okay? But the cop, he was there to find out if Neek had any details on the murder of his brother Ronnie and Detective Malcolm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he got information, but he ain't spilling no tea. That shit ain't gonna benefit him. Even if they did believe that, you know, whoever did whatever to his he ain't no snitch. First of all, he a street nigga, and I think what he prefers to be done is him handling Rock and the Thomases behind his brother. Not that he wants to get revenge for his brother. Nope, not that at all. Because I don't think he gives a fuck that they killed his brother, especially after what his brother did to him. I don't think he gives a fuck. It's just the principles, the principalities, okay? In my big worm voice, it's the principalities. But yeah, Nika's told him, you know what? Me and my bro, we move around in different lanes, different circles. He do his shit, I do my shit. And despite Neek not having anything to do with either murder, he is still their number one suspect because of the fact that he went missing. And the cop told him, you should have stayed gone because now, they threatened to charge him with capital crime. Double murders. One of them is a detective. But anyway, Neek got bigger problems than that. He now owes old Phil Russo all that money. He begged that motherfucker. To help him out and help him go against Rock. And now his shit gone. Like Quan gone. And he ain't got no connect. Like he without Quan still around to supply Neek's business, what's one gonna do? What he gonna do? And then dude was like, shit, I don't know what the fuck to tell you. See, you can't get in the bed with certain people. You just can't get didn't OC just learn that? You cannot get in bed with certain people. That nigga was like, I don't give a fuck what you and Rock got going on. That's your problem. That's not mine. You need to find you another connect and find they ass quickly because I expect my fucking payments rain or fucking shine, nigga. He didn't say nigga. I said that part. But yeah, rain or fucking shine. If he could have said it, he would have said it. But no. He just told him, you know, you need to find you another connect so you can, you know, give me my money. Okay. Kanan and his girlfriend. I don't like his girlfriend. I've never liked his girlfriend. But I'm kind of worried about his girlfriend after this episode. Kanan, you know, he's still under the impression that his mother is behind his bestie, his best friend, Fame's death. He ain't listening to nobody. He ain't listening to his cousin Juke. He ain't listening to his girl. He ain't listening to nobody. He has blinders on, tinted glasses. He knows his mother has once upon a time put down a friend of theirs. But his girl was like, I saw her at the funeral. I saw her face. She was really sad. There's no way in fucking hell that your mother could have killed Fame. Still yet, he believes she had something to do with it because he knows that she be paying off the cops. And she saw them talking to the cops. And I don't know. He just, for some reason, he just think his mother has something to do with it. Now, I never thought it was Rock. I didn't know who it was. I thought it was maybe the police. And we was right. Basically, well, I was right. Some of y'all was right too. But the police is the one who put, that's the word on the street. Okay, the word on the curb is the police did it. That somebody had the police kill Fame because they was thinking that he was going to snitch. Now, Juke said Fame, this was like 3-4 episodes ago. Juke told Kanan, there's no way in hell Kanan was snitch. That's when they didn't know where the motherfucker was. His sister and Callie didn't know where he was. Everybody was wondering where the fuck he was. And Kanan was like, oh, well, maybe somebody got at him. Maybe he snitched. Maybe he hiding out. But nope, that ain't the case. The cops put him down. And so Kanan, he's like, okay, the shit has already been hot. These streets has already been hot. Now he wants his girlfriend to pack her shit and skip town. And not only has it really been heating up in the streets from their competition, but in Kanan's mind, he just might have to see his mother on the other end of his pistol, or vice versa. Okay, because if it came between him and his mom, I don't know, y'all. I don't know who might come out still breathing above ground. But anyway, after he gave his girl her orders, get the fuck out of Dodge, he met up with Snap and Pops to see if they can give him any type of intel, because they also in with the police. They be playing police off too. And they didn't know that Kanan know, but the streets talk, okay? They in the hood, the streets talk. So he asked them, could they try to, do a little snooping, find out a little intel on why the cops were ordered to kill Fame, especially if he wasn't going to snitch. But from the looks of it, y'all, what y'all think about this, man? I was quite surprised. I didn't see this coming. When he met up with Pops and them, and he was like, he left them, and I'm thinking, okay, they're gonna try to find out some information on him. But after he met up with them, then they met up with the cops. And it was giving that they already knew all the deets on the murder. So are they playing in Kanan's face? Are they the ones who put the hit out on Fame? Because they sure told them cops that shit better not track back to them. I don't know what y'all think about that, man. I'm like, damn, Snap and Pop. I mean, I know they've got their hands in a lot of shit. I know they be flooding the streets with, supplies, product. They into all kind of shit, the gambling. They in all, him and his wife, him and his girl into all kind of shit. Okay. Him and his ride or die, his right hand, his girl. So I don't know. Y'all let me know what y'all think about that. It's giving that they might have ordered the hit. That's what it's giving. So let me know if y'all feel that way as well. Now, let's talk about Uncle Lulu. Uncle Lulu, to which some people call him Crying Lou. But Uncle Lulu and his girl, and I don't know why I can't remember her name right now off the top of my head, and I don't feel like going in my notes to find it. Now, what I tell y'all, and I've said this already before, I really think something ain't right about that girl. That Lou is smashing. I just really think something is up with her. She's giving me suspect. Let me know how I feel about her. Now, she was coming on a little bit strong to Lulu, even when it was supposed to be them just conducting business. She was coming on a little bit strong. Lou was always giving her the cold shoulder, like, bitch, get the fuck out of here. I know what I'm doing. I don't need your help to find, find talent. I don't need your help, working with the talent, none of that shit. Then she started, kind of flirting with him and stuff. And then next thing you know, they smash it. Like it happened so fast. But she's way too clingy and desperate acting for me. And she comes off across fake. Like she's coming across to him like, oh, I really care about you. I just want to make sure it's just me and you, and you're not fucking with your ex, and you're not fucking with nobody else, and all that kind of shit. Then she even tells him, you ain't the only one that can be with somebody else. You know that, right? And he was like, whatever. I ain't fucking around on you. I ain't fucking with nobody else. But she's just giving me suspicion. Okay. I'm like, damn, next week is she gonna ask to move in? Is she gonna demand that this nigga marry her? Is she gonna lie and say she pregnant so he don't leave? I mean, ain't nothing worse than an easy ass bitch. But an easy ass bitch who's also smothering a nigga? Mm-mm. That's too much. That's too much. But y'all let me know how y'all feel about her. And again, as you guys coming in, make sure you please like and share the video. Please and thank you very much. And feel free to donate to the Cash App, $ the Hood Table 402. And the people who come back on the replay play gang, please make sure you do the same. Like and share the video. Now, Uncle Lou. Let's stay on Uncle Lou for a minute. Uncle Lulu and B Rilla and Lowell. Okay. So we know that like 3 episodes ago, I think it was 3 episodes ago, that was when B Rilla and Lou got into a little disagreement at the studio. And Lou was just trying to get him some advice, some constructive criticism on his lyrics. You know, come on, dude. You rapping about the same shit. It's repetitive. You need to change it up, do something different, you know, on the mic. He was just trying to help the bro. You know, he's trying to glow his ass up, right? Like Glorilla, B Rilla. But I swear I think about her name every time I see his name or hear B Rilla. What up? What up, Novo? How you doing? You think she gonna ride with him? You think she gonna ride with him? You say you know how the power universe is. She's smart though. She's not famous, sis. Did you see the look on his face after he murked them cats? Yes, yes. And I think as far as fame, sis, I think she might come back in the picture, to be honest, Noble. I don't know. I think she might come back in the picture. We shall see. We shall see. But yeah, that be real though. He finally fessed up to Luke. Finally fessed up. Now, why? Because him scared. And if you're scared, you're supposed to go to church, or you just call up your homeboy Lulu. Okay? Now, see, before he underestimated Luke, when they got into that little disagreement, Lou was like, you don't want to fuck with me, nigga. And he was like, oh, I don't want to fuck with you. And Lou was like, no, nigga, you don't want to fuck with me. Okay? Now, see how all this shit turned around? Karma is a whole bitch. A whole bitch. Now, why B Rilla was up there pissed at the fact that Lou was trying to get him some constructive criticism on his lyrics, now he can't even focus on his lyrics. He's in the bar talking about start over. I got to start over. Thanks to being set up, you know, Lou's business partner Lowell to be robbed. Now he nervous as hell because the same people who he got to set up Lowell are now going to take his black ass out if he don't accompany them back to the crib so they can really set it off, okay? They couldn't set it off last time, but they told him, oh, no, last time you sat in the van. You know, you didn't help us. You didn't pop a gun. You didn't do shit. So they want him this time to accompany him. And if he doesn't accompany Kenyatta and them on the finishing the job, then it's your ass. It's your ass. So now he want to break down to Luke because him scared. I mean, I'm just remembering back, y'all, when he was trying to test Lou's gangsta. He was really trying to catch his, test his gangsta. And I was like, nigga, ain't no idea. He had no idea who he was fucking with because Lou done put in a lot of work in the past. He might not have always wanted to, which is why he was in therapy and he had to go to rehab. And, he had a lot of shit that was eating him up on the inside from a lot of shit that he had done in his past. But again, when it comes to them streets, Lou's artists better tread lightly because he doesn't, again, know how much Lou has already been itching to catch a body. After Famous, Lou has been acting a certain type of way. I don't want to say acting out of character, but he's been more uptight, a little easy to quick to anger. And luckily for Rilla, it ain't his body that he was trying to put down, at least not for now. For now, Luda basically settled Rilla's problems. And the message for today, kids, is never underestimate your opponent. Not only did Kenyatta and them believe that Lou was no threat to them, since they thought he ain't been in the streets, he ain't rocking with Rock and them, he ain't got no muscle. So shit, they thinking, we'll stake his ass out and we'll hit both of their asses when they come out the studio. Uncle Lou was one step ahead of them. So now even B-Rilla knows better that Lulu don't need no backup to put in work. He done seen it firsthand. I love me some Lulu, okay? Lulu. You say he's been more of an old Lou. That's okay, Sincere. She said, apologies, I had to call, but I'm back now. Child, it's okay. Man, that Lulu. I like me some Lulu, though. He real gangster. He real gangster when he needs to be. Now, remember, we was talking about, okay, we know Lou is going to come back to the streets because that's how it always happened. They be in the streets. They be, rocking and slanging, hustling, putting in work. Then all of a sudden, I don't want to do this anymore. I done had enough. I don't want to do this anymore. We knew he was going to eventually come back, but I did say that I thought it was going to be him coming back, to take up for either his sister or Marvin, or they even got into some shit, or that's what I thought. It was going to be Marvin and Stefano. Because, Marvin and Stefano, they ain't really cool like they was. And I had a feeling that while he had him going around running all them fucking errands behind Rock back, that they eventually was going to bump heads about something. So I thought if Lou was to get back in those streets, it would be for his brother Marvin or Rock. But it was for his damn artist. And he had to. He didn't do it just for his artist. He had to because them motherfuckers, they was testing his gangster too. They was like, okay, we got to get rid of this motherfucker because he trying us. And then we going to get rid of B-Rilla as well, right? Because I think if B-Rilla would have even went with them and went back and then really did the robbery, I think they would have put his ass down as well. Yep, I sure do. But what you say, Noble? You said he's been more of an old... You said Lou got that. Yes, he got that itch back, Noble. You know that trigger finger. Yes, you should have kept up with the Power series. Sincere. It's like, you know what? Maybe, when you got time, like every other weekend or every other, whenever you got time, maybe you could catch up because I really think the next spinoff is going to be really, really good. I can't wait. See, that's one thing that I really like about TV shows. When they give like the prequel, not saying they have to do a prequel, but when they show us a lot of, the person growing up or how they used to be or why they're like that or how did they meet that or, the pre-setting of what's currently going on. I love that shit. I like to know because I be having questions. So for 50 to do this, I feel like he's doing it for me. Yeah, I think he heard me. I think he heard me. He's doing it for the hood table. Okay. But yeah, the new matter of fact, the new spinoff is going to be, and it's the 4th spinoff. It's about Ghost and Tommy, and it's called Origins. So like the originals, but it's called Origins. And it's going to serve as a prequel focusing on the earlier lives of Ghost, a.k.a. James St. Patrick, and Tommy Egan. And basically what they're saying on Google, I am reading Google, okay? It said this series is set to explore their beginnings before the events of the original Power series, and it is currently in development. The announcement was made by Power Universe co-creator Curtis 50 Cent Jackson, and it aims to expand the franchise storytelling while introducing fresh characters. So again, it's going to be called Origins, and I cannot wait. Cannot wait. But yes, you said Influence was supposed to come out too. Oh yeah. Now I haven't heard too much about that. Yeah, I hated how things worked out between Tommy and Ghost too. I hated how Ghost. You know what? Ghost to me is Tupac, Michael Jackson, Whitney Houston, Aaliyah, Left Eye. Like them niggas is somewhere on a island, a private island somewhere. They chilling. They enjoying coconuts and palm trees. The same was with and Prince. And Prince, I wasn't a huge fan of Prince, but we can throw his ass in there too because I know he got lots of love for people. But I guess it's I need to give that up, give that dream up, right? That he's still around somewhere. Because we ever see his body? I don't remember ever seeing his body. So and I always said that I think he would show up down the line in another spinoff, or I've always said that, but I don't know. I could be wrong. So, but that's what I believe. I don't know. I think that's what they need. I really do. I think it's going to come to a time where Ghost is going to be needed back in those streets, and they're going to pull his ass back just like they just did to Luke. Now, anyway, Rock and Juke. Now, y'all let me know how y'all feel about Rock and Juke. Now, they have a very close relationship, auntie, niece, just like I had with one of my aunties. I mean, my auntie, I couldn't do no wrong in her eyes. Boy, she used to know a lot of the shit that I used to be involved in. I told y'all a long time ago how sometimes when I would get in trouble and have to go to court and shit like that, she would even pretend to be my mama. She would sign paperwork, all that kind of shit, just so my mama wouldn't find out the shit that I was going through. And it was like my stepdad always knew, rest in peace, my stepdad. But, we just buried him. Well, I don't want to say buried, but sent him home to glory because we got his ashes. But he got cremated. But he always knew that I was out there doing shit, me and my brothers. But my mother never would believe anybody anytime they said anything about, not my daughter. You got the wrong one. You know how somebody tell you something about your kid? Not my son, not my child. You ain't gonna lie on my kid. Shit, more of the stories I can tell. Anyway, Rock and Juke. I got a question for y'all. Now, Rock knows exactly how her mother passed away, which is Juke's grandma. All right. So she basically has asked Juke in the past to keep secrets for her. Now she's keeping a secret from Juke. When Juke asked, about Mama Joyce while they was going through her clothes and sorting out her belongings and stuff, Juke said that the doctors give them any type of cause of death yet. To which Rock responded that Mama Joyce was just tired. She's just tired, child. She's just ready to go. She's just tired of this old earth, ready to meet her Lord, her sweet baby Jesus up in heaven. Do y'all think that it would damage their auntie-niece relationship if Juke found out the truth? Do y'all? I kind of have a feeling that it will. I really do. And then even with her son, like their son's relationship already right now is strained. I think if Kanan found out that his mama basically did a mercy kill for their grandma, I don't know. It's like Juke has so much respect. She has more respect for Aunt Rock, more respect than her mother, more respect than her father. And I think after Rock is maybe Lou and then maybe Kanan, or maybe Kanan then Lou. But she definitely has more respect for Rock than she does for her father. Even though her and her father cool now, but it was once upon a time when her father used to beat her ass like she was a man because she didn't want to wear a skirt and because she wanted to be up in a skirt, somebody else's skirt. Okay? He didn't like the fact that she was gay. So, yeah, I don't know. But they cool now. Again, they cool now. But you say, yeah, that might mess up her. Yeah, I think so. You said this question is for because I don't know anything. I think Tate will become Ghost new proctor. Oh, really? Huh. Now that's a spin. You said also I didn't like how Ghost did Tasha either. Yeah. Ghost you know, I did like Ghost. I ain't gonna lie, I really did like Ghost. That's why I really hated when they took him out of the story. I know he did a lot of fucked up shit. I know he thought about himself a lot of the times, you know, especially when he was with old girl, who he ended up having to, you know, drop. But Angela, you know, his side piece, that was his side piece basically since they were little kids. But I'm interested to see how it's like we know he was with Angela. That was like his first love. They was together when they was real young. Then he turned around and met Tasha. I like to see how that all happened. You know, when him and Tasha, was they broke up, when he got back with Angela, fucking around with Angela? Did they have like a break in their relationship? Then he went back to Tasha, was still fucking around. I want to see all that. Okay. But you said in California, apparently you can have an assisted death. I was like, damn. Yeah, you know, they be doing some Dr. Kevorkian in Cali and probably in some other areas too. Y'all remember that Dr. Kevorkian? Shoot, he was doing all those mercy deaths for all his patients and shit, taking them out of here, putting their ass to sleep. Okay? Shoot. But yeah, I don't know. It is hard to say. It's I couldn't do it. I know I couldn't do it. Even when my mother was on her deathbed, I could, if she would have asked me, I couldn't do it because it's like, okay, you're out of here, you're free, you're no longer in any pain, but then I have to sit here and I have to suffer, and that's going to always be on me. And then on top of that, it's a crime. So it's like it's something that definitely got to go to the dirt with me. Hopefully nobody finds out, you know, what happened and I end up locked. Like I just I love you. I hate you going through what you went through, but Jesus fix it. That's all I can say. Jesus fix it. But yeah, you said influence is supposed to be about the political end, and he had big help faking his death. Tate was also dealing with Tariq when he was in college. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think I want to see him again because the whole time I think he faked. I think it was a whole fake. I don't understand why they did it though. What is going to be the reasoning, the real reason behind him? I know things was getting pretty hot with the police and you know the detectives and things was hot on their ass and trying to take him down. And I know his son had got involved in all this shit, but it's like I don't know. It got to be a more powerful story or something behind that. I think so, sincere. I've always thought so. Always. And I think we're gonna see him in the origins. I mean, I think like they're gonna start way back in the gap, you know, because it is a prequel. But I think when they come further into current times, I think so. Man, see, now you feel me. I think Tommy knows he's alive. Yeah, I really do. I don't know. Shit, maybe even Tasha knows. Shit, now that would be something for your ass, right? If Tasha knew. Yeah, Tommy was his guy. Right hand, ride or die. Yep. But y'all, okay, so let's talk about the end scene. Now we know Kanan want his girl up out of there because we know how it goes when you have a loved one, kids, children, wife, mother, whatever. When it gets really that hot in the street and you and your competition, y'all warring, y'all going back and forth, your enemy is coming for you, trying to take you down, they will try to sometimes come after your family and won't give a fuck. They will lay your whole family out, set your house on fire, all kind of ruthless, you know, vengeful shit. So he wants his girl out of town. So she stopped by Rock's before she left. And she's basically like, because Rock was telling her, take care of Kanan. Watch out for Kanan. He needs you. Right now, he wants revenge. He wants, revenge on whoever, took out Fame. And she was telling his girl, watch out for my son. Now the girl came back to Rock's door. You need to watch out for your son. She even told her, my mother, she used to think that, basically she didn't have to, mend a relationship with me and things like that. She was trying to give Rock a message. Basically, you need to mend whatever this shit is going on with your son, because Rock does not know that Kanan thinks she is behind the murder or the death of Fame. Right? Kanan really, really believes that, and his girl knows that he really, really believes that. So she's trying to get to Rock like, okay, I'm going to leave out of town. I got to go. But in the meantime, in the between time, you need to deal with shit with your son. Y'all need to set shit right. Because we already know it's going to come upon a time when they going to have to work together again, because the shit Neek out there doing, and now he found out Quan is dead, and he still owe that money to Phil. Child. Phil was like, I don't know how you're going to do it, motherfucker, but I want my money rain or motherfucking shine. Okay? What up, 400 Circle Media? How you doing? Phil said, I want my money rain or fucking shine. But anywho, Kanan's girl, she's on the bus, right? Going out of town. Lo and behold, the motherfucking cops that Snappy Pops was talking to and telling them that shit better not come back to bite them in their ass. They on the fucking bus. So obviously they were following her. And they want to take her so-called, allegedly, supposedly, they want to take her down to the precinct and question her about the death of Fame. Y'all, do y'all think she gonna make it down to the precinct? When I say I'm kind of worried about his girl earlier, that's what I was referring to. I'm worried about his girl. Is she gonna make it safely down to the precinct? I don't know, y'all. I do not know. Like, why the fuck do they want to talk to Kanan's girl? I mean, and if they do something to her, how is that going to help with Kanan still trying to wonder who took out Fame? Because it was these cops who did that. So how, if they take out his girl, like, how is that going to help? I don't know. You said because she. Hold on, what you trying to say, Circle? You said because she told. You said, okay, all these things are happening in the stories after Power, the original series. Rock just got her own plug with her seeds. And they got a rush shipment coming within the week. Yep, Lou a gangster. Old crying ass Lou, like y'all like to call her. Lou's a gangster. I would tell y'all, don't sleep on my Lulu. You said because she told for real? She told, what did she tell? I'm sorry. I must be having a slow moment. Ooh, child, that's crazy, because I was talking to somebody at work earlier, and child, I was on the phone with them, and they did not understand something I was telling them. And I was saying it in so many different ways, right? I was saying it in so many different ways. And then you know how when somebody don't understand something, and you're like, okay, hold up. Let's start all over. What I am trying to say, and I was trying to like break it down, because in the field that I'm in, I can't say what it is that I do, but in the field that I'm in, some things for certain people, they don't understand. Okay, the technical terms or whatever. And so I was trying to break it down to this person, and they was on the other end. They said no. And it was a sister. It was a sister. I can tell it was a sister. And she was like, don't do that. Please don't talk to me like I'm a little kid. Please don't talk to me as if I'm slow. Please don't. I said, and I just had to bust out laughing. Not laughing like, ha, 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 but like I had a chuckle, because I was like, no, for real, I'm not trying to do that. I said, let me apologize now, because that's not what I'm trying to do. But in my head, I'm like, we've been going back and forth for 10, 15 minutes. And you're not understanding me. You're not hearing me, what I'm trying to say. So I was like, okay, I'm not trying. I just don't want you to get off this phone confused. So let me back up and let me explain. And I broke it down again. And she was like, you know what she ended up saying before we got off that phone? Because I apologized again at the end. I said, I'm so sorry about the confusion. I'm so sorry you were confused. I didn't mean to, offend you or anything. She was like, no. It's not your fault. She said, it's my fault. She said, I'm having a slow moment today. I said, no, you're not having a slow moment. That's like if I was talking to a scientist and they trying to break some shit down to me and I'm like, huh, what? The moon got what? Saturn, huh? And now they talking about, did y'all see on the news? They talking about they found a skull up there on some planet. I can't even remember the planet, but they talking about they found a human skull. What the fuck is a human skull doing up on the motherfucking planet? So you know what? Anyway. So I was just trying to break that down for her, but I was just joking when I said I'm having a slow moment, but that just brought me back to that conversation. But yeah, anyway, so we shall see if Kanan's girl gonna make it down to the precinct safe and sound. I don't know. You said, damn it, you got me watching clips now so I can remember things. No, sincere, that would be so fun. You know what? I was supposed to have a guest with me. My girl Sislo, my sister from another mister. She was supposed to join me tonight, but she got caught up running some errands, so she couldn't do the review with me. But I love to find people who are interested in the shows that I like. And I like to do reviews with them, whether we like doing it on my panel or flip-flopping like me and Riggs do. We flip-flop on each other's channel every week. I love doing reviews. Trust me, I've been doing reviews for almost 8 years, starting on my original YouTube channel and then now on this channel. But I've been doing TV show reviews. I mean, I used to do all the Housewives, all the Basketball Wives, all the Love and Hip House, all the Black Inks, all the Tyler Perrys. I mean, if you go back into my roster TV show reviews, I done so many reviews. It was a time where I was doing like 10 shows a week. I mean, 2 to 3 reviews a day on different shows. I mean, I was doing it all. So yeah, I love doing TV show reviews and talking to you guys and bringing you my version of events or the shows or whatever. But it's really fun to actually have someone on the panel too, and you can toss around ideas and your thoughts on different things. So yeah, but what show is coming on next? Oh yeah, pretty soon. What is that? Damn, now I can't even think. Hold up. Hold on. Let me type this in real quick because I hate when I can't remember something, and I definitely want to remember this. So let me just type this in real quick because another show that I have been reviewing is going to start back coming on. And just give me 2 seconds. BMF. I just had to go to my Stars app. So BMF is going to be season 4. I think, matter of fact, when is it? Hold on. When does it start? Did it start already? Hold up. Let me go. Let me click on season 4. Season 3. Okay. So yeah, season 4 should be starting soon. I think maybe within the next month, something like that. I think season 4. But it says on the description, BMF season 4 continues the journey inspired by True Street, because this is based off a true story. And we know Big Meech was just recently released out of jail. Well, what was it, like 6 months ago now? Something like that. And him and 50 done even had some qualms, okay? And even Lil Meech and 50 done had some qualms, okay? But so I don't know if this is gonna be the end of BMF, like the last season or whatnot. I don't know. Since seemed like 50 got issue with the father and son, but I don't know. But anyway, yeah, so they're coming back with season 4, and it says they're fighting to keep their empire and their blood. Okay, the Black Mafia Family, BMF. So of course I've been reviewing that, so I can't wait till that come back on too, so I can review that with you guys. Yes, but that's all I got on this episode. I try to keep my reviews around an hour or less, and we are at 55 minutes, so we did good, even though I was a little late. But I hope you guys enjoyed the review. For the people who are a part of the Replay Gang, please make sure you leave comments in the comment section if you have anything to say about the TV show or the different characters or my points of views. Make sure you like and share the video and donate to the commentary or to the platform if you want to. $ the Hood Table 402. Please and thank you very much. But yes, I'm out of here, you guys. Thank you so much for joining me in the chat, you guys. I really appreciate you guys. Love you guys. Stay safe. Be blessed. Remain vigilant at all times. And always remember to keep it hood. I'm out. Bye.